Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. We got some breaking news. Oh, let's start with our song.
Yo, the spot gets hot when I hit your block. You drop these rocks when I start to rock. You why you're suckers lean when I hit the scene. You're not gangsters. You're more like Franklin, so stop flashing with your ugly bugs. Go push your drugs. Go come to a buzz where the ladies actually show me love. Now I don't wanna hit. Never needed it. Show me a split. Let me sample that voice. Get behind that tush and put the shit and start the kush. So brothers, you hate me. Because I know I be perfect. I won't change. I won't rearrange my lifestyle to make it smile. See, I want it all. You brothers stars. By taking shortcuts to read your book sluts. So who's raising your kids while you're doing your thing? You don't want to think about that, do you? You ain't hard, yo. I see right through you. You say you ain't scared of nothing. Well, that's a damn lie. You're scared of hard work. You don't even try. But you'll spend hours trying to scam your hard-working neighbors who have a plan. You live to rob the next man. You're a leech, a biter, a taker. I'm the undertaker. You want to meet your maker. I don't play, yo. So come my way. Go to spot gets hot when I hit your block. Go to spot gets hot when I hit your block. So you just get dropped when I start to rock. I need them again. I need to rock my bones to the sizzle and nuggets. I need cash in buckets. My lady needs leaf. I need outfits. I need parables. We down in the bucket. What's the wrong? Whatever my girl wants, my girl gets a house of me. And she wants us back. She doesn't work. She works me over. Forget the back now. She wants a Range Rover. Now I'm in a jam. I'm back to running scams. I ain't gonna search that 9 to 5 different work. I need real money, the white collar way. The employee fit, it just don't pay. I want to move away, but my lady wants to stay so on my mind. I pray that I catch no heat. I got eyes up the back of my head. When I'm strolling the street, starting leg, I lead a fast like I'll be the loca. I like to gamble. Blackjack and poker, doesn't matter who has the ace or joker. Cause I'm robbing you off. I know I'm gonna take off. One day at a time is how I take it. I got 21. Never did a bid. Never hit the skid. Ain't scared of nothing. I travel from coast to coast, ripping off joints, and I vanish like a ghost. Go to spot gets hot when I hit your block. So you drop get dropped when I start to rock. I'm not a rapper. I'm an MC, yeah. The master of ceremony that describes me. Can you follow the track? The switches back and forth between drum rolls and different gas. That's my goal. So nobody sounds like me, swing like me, isn't skip it is me. Out the way, put no special about a freestyle brother. The college lyrics in a straight format, perfected and dropping too much track. But the murder rhyme, anyone can do that. Hickory, Dr. Rappers against the clock, but the clock dropped one. His rhymes ain't done. Open this the food over for another son. Yo, let me stop playing. I know you get what I'm saying. And with my shit on the land, to rap me to talk, to recite and rhyme. And that's what I do. Ignite a response, whether positive or negative. I really don't give a shit. And you can take it. I be myself, I don't fake it. This is the way I like to make my music. You can't relate, it's on you. Yo, when I hate, what's that noise that you can't stop me? I'm original. So you can't buy a copy of this. Remember this though, it's free, and you never will hear the best of me as you're kicking out from OG. Yo, the spot gets hot when I hit your block. Yo, the spot gets hot when I hit your block. Then you just get dropped when I start to rock. Yeah. The spot gets hot when I hit your block. You drop your drop when I hit the spot. What's there with 1 minute show? Like I always say, you can't follow along. It's on you. Because I keep it simple. I know I'm annoying like a simple. And if you want to believe in the crap that I just spit out, something out there trying to live, number one thing. Every morning, I pick up the paper about your case, and I read the obituary about you buried. I'm out. Let us play out. You wish you hit like this.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. We got two stories. You see in the title, Black N.B.A. star brutalized by police. That was our lead story, but something came in. I noticed right before I came on, so it's not in the description. Let's get to the disclaimer, and let's get right to it. Come on, computer. Present to everyone. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, an allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, let's get to it. It's already ready. All right, y'all, this is CBSNews.com, not YouTube version. CBSNews.com, the free World Wide Web. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the cables came.
It's reported that the driver of a school bus that collided with a dump truck last week in New Jersey made an illegal U-turn. A fifth grader and teacher were killed in that collision. Department of Transportation video shows the bus turning into a crossover area used by police for turnarounds. That's according to NJ.com. The driver has a history of license suspensions and speeding violations, but had a valid license at the time of the crash.
He muted. All right, y'all, once again. Bus crash. Person driving a bus had numerous tickets. Numerous tickets. Why is he allowed to drive our babies to school? Why would this guy allow to drive our babies to school? Daggone shame. The man had a lot of stuff on his license. Why was he allowed to drive a school bus? Are they that desperate? Why don't we start paying more money, Mr. Government, so we can get good people? Only thing I don't like about this news article, they didn't tell you how many died. I'm trying to go back in. This computer is so slow.
It's reported that
I don't want to watch that
the
again.
school bus that collided with a dump.
I want to know where's the information. How many kids have died? Why it's not showing up? Crazy. Hold on a sec, y'all. I'm trying to find how many kids died. It's not showing. We'll go back to NBC and see if we can find out how many kids died. Let's get to our next story. This is what happened when you change stories. All right, y'all. He got to be rough looking, don't he? Got to be rough looking.
AT&T
No.
provides
Mute that. Put it out the way. Milwaukee police released body cam video of arrest of tasing of N.B.A. player Sterling Brown. Milwaukee police on Wednesday released video of a January 26 arrest and tasing of N.B.A. player Sterling Brown, who said in a statement like, "Situations like mine and worse happen every day in the black community." Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales apologized Wednesday for how his department handled the situation and said the two officers involved had been disciplined. Brown was arrested about 2 a.m. in a Walgreens parking lot by officers who used a stun gun. Officers had been checking on a vehicle parked across two handicap spaces. Brown was not charged. Officials initially claimed Brown threatened them while they were writing him a ticket. At no point in the video does Brown appear to be threatening or violent to the officers before he was tased or arrested. Brown said in a statement Wednesday that the incident forced me to stand up and tell my story so that I can prevent these injustices from happening in the future. There is no easy solution to this problem, but there are strides that can be made to create change, Brown said. I will do my part in helping to prevent similar incidents from happening to the minority community in the future. Morales said officers acted inappropriately and that those officers had recently been disciplined. He said he's sorry this incident escalated to this level. At the time of the incident, Milwaukee police said Brown's actions and behavior did not merit criminal charges and that they will review the police response and use of force. Wednesday's video release and press conference signifies the end of the investigation. Milwaukee police have been preparing for the release of this video for a few weeks. Barrett said that the video was disturbing. The head of the Fire and Police Commission, Lakeisha Butler, said she's worried that what the response might be to the release. They should be worried. All right, y'all, we got the video right here. Body cam video. Oops. This is the body cam video, y'all.
How you doing? You got a driver's license? Where's that? Where's your driver? Back up. You don't see the issue here? Hold on. You don't see the issue here. You're not parked across 3 lanes? Yeah, let's go. 2390. Making another spot here. Back up. Back up. Are you obstructing me? I just told you to back up. I just told you to back up. Everything's on camera, okay? You touched me first. That's right, I told you to back up. Because you're gonna try and get in the car. I'll do what I want. All right. I own this right here. So what's your name? I said I own this. What's your name? What's your name? I'm asking you. These are simple questions, man. No, I'm answering. These are simple questions. You're being all bad asking me, all right? I asked you a question so I can verify this, okay? You don't think I see these that are whatever, okay? So I'm asking your name. Okay, I don't know who you are. Okay, so that's why I asked. I asked for an ID. These are legitimate questions, right? I got no problem with it. Okay, well, you don't give me like I got something going on in my head, all right? You touched me, that's the issue. Right, because you got up in my face, okay? I got up in your face. Right. Really? I asked you to back up and you did not do it. I asked you to back up and you did not do it. You backed up about 3 inches. All right? Everything I'm doing is on camera, dude. I don't care. These are legitimate requests, all right? So, can you explain this to me? Parked across two. You have an entirely empty parking lot, and you parked across two. Go into the Walgreens. At what time? Oh, long enough time where I sat here for about a minute and came out. I pulled up, parked right here. I was in the house. Oh, we're gonna wait. Wait for my partner. Well, you had time to park across these lanes here, so we're gonna wait a little longer. We're just gonna figure it out, man. We figure out what we're gonna do. Whether we're gonna get tickets, whatever. You can't do that by yourself. Yeah, thanks. Not a kid, but I'm trying to get on the horn. Really. I just wanted one. I just wanted one. All right. All I wanted was one extra. Everything's okay. Yeah. Well, this guy was trying to get his car to back up. He got right in my face now. I actually wanted to. Yeah. Hey man, you can. All I wanted was minimum.
We're watching live body cam footage, y'all. CBS.com.
I was never at there. No, I just punched in this location when I came here with this. No, it's not there. I just, if I were in DC today, if I went to the computer and put it in right here. I didn't follow it. I actually did over the computer. All right. Have a nice night. See you next day.
Turn the volume up some, y'all.
You really don't need to. Okay?
And you can see the taser in his hand right there. All right, y'all, let's stop right here because it looks like they're just going through the car. Winky says it doesn't take all those cops. Winky also says, and the wonder why we hate and don't trust the police in our community. Well, I'm going to tell you, first thing that came to my mind, why didn't the female officer do what that cop did? He actually saw the car parked there. He was waiting for the guy to come out. Because his first thought is, if somebody parks that way, they parking that way because they want a fast escape. So they're either going to try to rob that 24-hour Walgreens or they're going in there to an assaulted employee. So I understand why the cop was standing there waiting with something in his hand. I understand that. But when the guy comes out, he stops him from getting in the car. He's supposed to issue him a ticket, call for backup, which he did. He's supposed to issue the guy a ticket and send him on his way. Now, the basketball player was wrong in this respect. He should have said, look, officer, I'm sorry. I was in a rush. It's 2 a.m. Nobody's out here. I thought I could run in there and run out real quick. I should not have parked. I'm guilty. Just give me my ticket. And I apologize to you. And I apologize to the handicapped people that I may have offended, even though there's nobody out this time of the morning. I still shouldn't have parked there. That should have been his response. His response should not be because you're an NBA player and you got a little money. And so you're a little cocky. You don't know if that man has handicapped people in his family. When you do dumb things like this, you don't know who's related to who. Best thing would have done was to be humble. I messed up. I shouldn't have done it. I appreciate the warning, but if you're going to give me the ticket, I'll take it. What's so hard about that? Why can't our race do that at a police stop? Now, luckily, this guy wasn't ratchet, but he still had enough attitude to allow this to happen to him. Don't touch me. Get off me. Instead of being calm, they told him to take his hands out of his pocket. He said his hands was cold. You got all these police officers on you. Let your hands be cold. How cold you gonna be when you down there on the ground? You do what you have to do to go home. That is your goal. When you got in that car that time of night, you knew you went to that Walgreens. You know that they are always looking for us to do something at a place that stay open 24 hours. If you're a basketball player and you got money, you shouldn't even have went. You should have sent somebody, to be honest. Where's your entourage at? You should not have been out there by yourself. Now you say that's anybody should be able to go anywhere. But the fact of the matter is, you didn't have to be there. And if you are going to be there, you do what you need to do to come home. You had to go to the hospital. They had to check you out to make sure no damage was done by the taser. Then you had to go to the police station. They probably still gave you your ticket. And if you got money, if they didn't give you the ticket and they let you go, was it worth being tasered? I'd have rather pay the ticket. You can get somebody to drive you around for a couple of weeks. At the worst. Let me check my chat and see what y'all have to say. Winky says agreed. Andy McGavin says, are you feeling better, Derek? Yes, I am. Miss Minnie said, hey, brother, how you been? How you been, Miss Minnie? Come on, y'all. Let's get into this. Was the basketball player out of line? Did he deserve to be tased? This is a simple ticket. This is what I mean when I say police escalation. This is a simple ticket. If it was during the day and some handicapped people were trying to park, I can see you getting riled up. What handicapped person really is out there at 2 in the morning? Let's be serious. But it's still a violation. He committed a crime. Was that crime worthy of him getting tased? They could have went inside the Walgreens, checked with the employees to see if a robbery had occurred, a shoplifting had occurred. Did the guy say what he said? He came in and came right out. Is that what he said happened? You verify that. You come back out, you write the guy a ticket. Now, it's $110, depending on the violation, per lane. So you go ahead and write him. You said he blocked 3 of them. You write him a $300 and whatever $100 ticket. You tell him not to do it again. You send that man home. That's what should have been done. What makes this even more crazy is that the basketball player says that the cop touched him and he touched him back. You don't touch a cop. He tell you to back up. You back up. You should want to back up. If you don't want to be touched, why would you not back up? Do y'all see what I'm saying? He's trying to stand his ground in a situation where he has no ground. Because at the end, where did he wind up? On the ground. So who's teaching these black males to buck up against the cops in a situation where nobody's going to help you? Because the people that's telling you, yeah, you should have pushed that pig. Yeah, you should have slapped him. Yeah, you should have talked shit to him. They're not going to do a darn thing to help you. They're not going to help you out at all. They're going to cheer from the sidelines. You there by yourself. Your goal is to get home. Take your ticket and go home. That's it. Now you got the cop waiting for backup. And you telling the cop, so you going to write me a ticket or what? So why can't you do it? The cop got the drop on you. Why is he going to take his eyes off you to write you a ticket? I'm asking. I got the drop on you. I'm going to take the drop off, pull a pen and pad out, start writing you a ticket. I got to put it in the computer. I'm supposed to get in the car, put it in the computer, in the police car, and leave you standing outside like you won't take off. The cop did the right thing and waiting for the backup. It's after the backup got there that this went awry. Why are you wrestling with the police? This is a simple ticket. It's a ticket. It's a misdemeanor. It's not even a felony. You're a basketball player. You got money. You're not scared of a $300 ticket, are you? Or is it that you was raised by a woman? You ain't got to never pay. You don't pay nothing. I ain't paying for the damn ticket. Man, y'all better go to hell. I ain't paying for nothing. So even though this man had millions of dollars, he's down there getting tased. Suppose that taser damages his system and he can't play the same. Where's the entourage? Where's the girlfriend? Where are his brothers and sisters? There's no reason that a football player should be out that time of night by himself. A man that's worth money should never be alone that time of night. He should have had an entourage. Somebody should have had the gun. Somebody should have had something. What would they try to rob him? What would somebody recognize him? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? The person that's making the money is never supposed to be out there in situations like this, especially by themselves. I'm just asking. Let me see what my chat has to say. Ms. Minnie says, I've been okay, but a lot of drama. Andrea says, it was a bit extreme and all. Winky says, you going live tonight, Miss Minnie? Miss Minnie says, hey, it's me again, second channel. Please go subscribe, y'all. Andrea says, seeing the policeman took great offense to the athlete parking in the way he parked. Well, Andrea, like I said, you don't know if he has family that are handicapped. What he did was illegal, but it was more immoral. If he had been apologetic, this would have not went down like this. If he just came out and said, officer, oh, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to get in and get out. I wasn't thinking maybe somebody handicapped might come along and need these spots. I figured it's 2 a.m. There ain't nobody out here. Who's going to come handicapped looking to go to Walgreens this time of night? I wasn't thinking. So I'm guilty. I'll take my ticket and never do it again. That's it. You ain't got to say another word. Copper said, we all make mistakes. I understand you weren't thinking. Maybe next time you'll think about it. I'll write you a warning. Let you off the hook. By the way, you look familiar. What team you on? That's where it could have went. That's where it could have went. But no. He come out there, I'm a basketball player. I make millions of dollars, man. What the heck you bothering me for? I park across the handicap spot. So what, man? Give me my ticket and let me go. You don't know if that man got handicapped people in his family. You don't know. That guy could be offended personally. Because people do that. They park in handicap spots and think nothing of it. You should always be respectful when you don't have the upper hand. Why are these young men and women not being taught to be respectful? You worrying about trusting the police. You got to trust yourself to not let an escalate. Because they can't do nothing to you. They got body cameras on now. And the patrol cars have cameras. They can't do nothing unless you allow it. You have to make the first move. Sometimes the cops are too aggressive. You got to not try to meet that aggression with aggression. You meet it with logic, common sense, and human nature. It's not being a punk. It's not being a sissy. You're not being bitched. If you're in a situation where you just want to go home, don't worry about what the boys on the corner are going to say. Don't worry about what the boys going to say when you get back to the crib. You're back at the crib. Because those same boys ain't going to help you. You down there tussling with the cops, what the boys going to say. Because if they even say anything, they're going to come get them. But you worrying about what these people say. This is what's wrong with the hip-hop community. This is what's wrong. I'd rather be called a punk and be home in my bed sleep than be sleeping on a cot at the police station. Call me a punk all day. I'll be able to go about my business. But that's the one thing that people keep forgetting. We still enslaved, but there ain't no chains. Why would you give them the opportunity to put chains on you? That's the question you got to ask. Why do we give them the opportunity? All the man had to say was, look, I made a mistake. I did something without thinking. If you want me to, I'm an N.B.A. star. I'll do a public service announcement about blocking handicapped vehicles. I'll take the ticket and I'll pay it. I just want to go home tonight in one piece. That's all he had to say. There's not one of them officers, not even the most meanest. Then when I say, damn, you know what? Just give him a ticket, man, and send him home. Even the most hardcore. But no, we got to have that attitude. We got to have, I'm the man. I don't care if you're a cop. I'm the man. I make more than you. You ain't going to tell me to back up. You ain't going to tell me to stand still. You ain't going to tell me I can't get in my car. You ain't going to give me no ticket. I ain't guilty of nothing. But yeah, you parked across 3 handicap spots. I can tell you, I've gone to 24-hour Walgreens at night. And I've never parked in a handicap spot. And I wouldn't. I wouldn't disrespect the handicap. That's for them people. God willing, my legs work. They work. How can you disrespect somebody who doesn't? I don't care what time of the morning it was. There's no reason to park in a handicap spot. No reason for it. Even if the cops pull you over, don't pull in no handicap spot and get another ticket on you. There was no reason. There was nobody out there. There was but one car in the parking lot. He did not have to block 3 handicap zones. He didn't. He did it because he didn't give her. But then he expected the cops to give her. Once you break the law, you're not considered a good citizen. You're considered criminal. And having an uppity attitude when your job is to get in that car and go home. That's your job. Get in that car and go home. It's not your job to be out there arguing with the police. And I tell you, if I had done that and I took my ticket and went home, the next day I would have sold that car and bought another one. Because I wouldn't even want them cops to be looking for that car. And that's real talk. I wouldn't even have kept that car. I would have sold it or gave it away and bought me another one. Because I wouldn't even want them to be looking for me to do something stupid like that again. Let me check my chat. See what y'all got to say about it. Andrea says, seems the police took great offense to the athlete parking the way he did. Shree Baby says, many y'all subbed you knew. Smitty says, hey everyone. Hey Smitty. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but we just watched the body cam video of Sterling Brown being tased by the police department. I want y'all to take, because it seems like this is like the 3rd show I've done on police brutality. But the question is, we already know that the police come charged up. We know this. I don't know how long Sterling was in the store, but I do know that the officer noticed the car. He doesn't know if it's a burglary in progress. He doesn't know if somebody is being assaulted in the store. All he knows is there's a car parked across 3 handicap lanes. 3 of them. For him to be in one, okay, is a crime. He's in 3. That tells you that person is trying to get in that store and get out. And he went the fastest way out of there possible. He don't even want to go out. He wants to just keep on going. So, as a police officer, they outside waiting. Because normally, they come late. He's actually on time. Guy comes out the store, goes right to the car. He goes, hey, got you. I want you to back up. Back up for what? Because I don't want you to get in that car. I was noticing the whole video. He kept putting his hands in his pocket. That's a no-no. Everybody knows that. You a basketball player, you can't afford no gloves? Your hands cold? You keep reaching in your pockets. They tell you stop doing it. You're going to tell them, no, my hand's cold. You put your hands in your pocket again. They go to grab me. No, I'm sorry, y'all. My hands is cold. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, can I just get my ticket? I just want to go home. But no, he wrestling with him. He going to keep his hands in his pocket. You're not going to tell me I can't put my hands in my pocket. Everybody know when you go in the store, you don't put your hands in your pocket. You put your hands in your pocket, security going to tackle you at the door. You know that. You got all these officers on you, and you steadily putting your hands in your pocket. Somebody please explain how that makes sense. I'll listen. Hey, Smitty. She says, yet the chief of police apologized for his arrest and said members acted inappropriately and were disciplined. Smitty, my concern is we know what the police going to do. But we got to teach our young men and women how to be more respectful during a police stop. When we were watching it, I was watching to see the young man's attitude and how he reacted to the cops. You have to realize that all these movies y'all watch, all these gangster movies, y'all make because of the popularity of them. Even the beefing on YouTube, the popularity of it. Y'all make most people think this is how you are. Those men are not seeing a multi-million-dollar athlete. They are seeing a typical inner city thug. The same thugs they see in the movies that shoot, kill, rob, rape, plunder. This is the image. You have to kill that image before you start. This is what people don't understand. That image is already there. You got to defeat the image. You got to stop letting them look at you like you one of these hooligans, because that's the image that they have before. When the minute they see you, that's their first image of you. You are one of these thugged out hoods. Don't expect to make 30. Don't give a damn. Kill you in a minute. This is what they believe. You have to convince them. How do you do that? With your mouth, with your facial expressions, with your body actions. You let them know. I know what you're thinking. But no, I'm just like you. I'm a regular human being. I'm not a daggone thug. This is what they think. They could not have arrested him for that offense. That is a ticket. He signed a ticket, he paid, or he go to court. That's it. What makes this different? Were the cops bored? Were they looking for a fight? There's no need. I would have told them, I ain't got nothing in my pocket. Y'all want to check me out? Press me. But my hands are cold. Y'all got any gloves? It was things that could have been done. But our kids are taught to be macho. Don't give an inch. Show them you're a tough guy. Not realizing that they are scaring these officers. Maybe officers need to be better trained. I agree. But we can't keep helping these kind of situations develop and then want to come back and cry about it. Come back and want to get money about it. This is a simple ticket. That's all it is. You take the tongue lashing from the cop because you were wrong. But you be apologetic. This is what the part that nobody's catching. There was no shame There was no, I shouldn't have done that. I was wrong. This is what's missing from our children. Even when they're wrong, they will fight you to the death rather than admit they're wrong. This is the real issue. Don't try and put it on the cops. We know what the cops going to do. It's our job to convince them that the minute they walk up on us, we are not that thug they thinking about. That's our job. It would have been no problem, I guarantee you, if he'd have said, you know what, officer, I wasn't even thinking. I was just trying to run the store. Some handicapped people that came up here and they would have had a hard time getting in the store. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. That's all he had to say. None of this would have went on. He told him lean up against the car. He'd have wrote him the ticket. Gave it to him, had him sign it. Sent him on his way. That's all you had to do. But no. Tell me to back up for. You don't want me to get in my car. Why not? Because at the moment, he don't know if you just robbed the store now. He don't know. Why would he let you get in the car where you might have guns or might be able to drive off? Or run him over like what happened to the lady. You want to get an attitude. Don't let me get in my car. Motherfucker got me standing out here in the cold, man. Doing that bullshit. All I did was park in some handicapped lane. So what? It's that kind of attitude that sparks this. It's not racism that sparks it. It's the attitude. And it's usually the black attitude that sparks it. I've seen some white kids get beat up by the cops. Their attitude. Whether you like cops or not, they got a badge. And they're given that badge and authority over you, whether you like it or not. Point of the matter is, it's only applied when you're in front of them. The rest of the time, there's no cop around. You can do what you want to do. If you in your mom and dad house and they not home, you can do what you want to do. When they come home, you straighten up. Why can't you do the same thing when you in school? That teacher leave the room, y'all can act a fool and teacher start coming back. Y'all straighten up. Why can't you do that with a cop? That's all I'm asking. Why can't that be done with a cop, security officer? Why can't black people straighten up? Be on your best behavior. Be Martin Luther King, Malcolm X like for that 5 minutes. That's the question I'm asking. Let's get to the chat. Somebody says, so why the double standards, Brother Dirk? If a person is poor, the chief won't come on nationwide television and apologize. We all know it's a money issue due to status. You're focusing on the small part. I'm trying to get to the real issue. There's a reason why this happens to mostly African-American kids. We got a built-in chip, or it's taught that when the cops stop you, you automatically go into aggressive mode. A cop can walk up to you and say, hold on a second, and touch you. Don't touch me yet. You ready to fight? I was just going to tell you it's an accident right there. We don't want you to walk that way. Oh, okay, officer. Why you react like that? See, now they're looking at you. Now you the thug. He's just trying to warn you something. You go crazy on him. Now he want to know what you about to go do. Let me see your ID. What you want to see my ID for? What you just trying to warn me? Yeah, but you know, the way you acting, the way I'm acting. What do you mean the way I'm acting? Next thing you know, you on the ground. This is what I'm talking about. That's not a double standard. I'm focusing on what did the basketball player do to act this wrong. This is a simple ticket. Even if the cop got a grandmother that's in a wheelchair, he's offended. If you apologize and admit you were wrong, he can't keep going. He got to say, yeah, I accept your apology. I still got to give you this ticket, though. Please don't do it again. Bam, you go home. How do we let these little things come out our mouth? Yeah, motherfucker. Man. Why do we let these things come out our mouth at the worst time? This is the question I'm asking. Everybody's saying, hey, don't nobody have no comments? We got a good topic here. How do you teach your kids not to go into thug mode when they get pulled over? I got so much cat hair on me. It's like I see a police officer. Rather than seeing a police officer, I try to act like I'm seeing a teacher. I don't think of him as an officer. I think of him as a teacher. If a teacher tell you in school, stop, in the hallway, you will stop. Teacher says, I'm going to talk to you for a minute. Okay. But if I know I'm outside at 2 a.m, ain't nobody going to be there to help me. So I'm at the mercy of this police officer. What's the best way for me to go home? It's to be nice, to be respectful, to be mindful, not to show any exhibits that I might be a thug, that I might be a Edo 209. That's what they call him. He might have that in his mind. The guy got the dreads. The guy dressed. In his mind, he's saying one of these young thugs is standing on the corner. You got to convince them otherwise. Why is that so hard to see? You got to convince them you're not. How do you do it? I say it again. By your tone of voice. You show intelligence. You let the light emanate from you. You don't come up there. All right, come on. All right, take it away. Why are you are escalating the situation? You don't know how long that man was standing there waiting for him to come out. You don't know what's going through that cop mind. They might come out there shooting, might have guns in their hand. You don't know what that cop was thinking while he waiting for this guy to come outside. He's all pumped up and full of adrenaline and ready to go. He's ready to go. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And you walk out there with an attitude, like, yeah, man, I popped that, so what? Don't know if the man got handicapped people in his family. You don't know. But you come out there with that ghetto attitude. And he wasn't as bad as most. Most of the times we see them cussing the cops and you pig, and he wasn't as bad as most. But he still made the same mistakes. They didn't see a $2 million athlete. They saw a $500 a week drug dealer. That's what they saw. That's what he showed them. That's the image that he put off. Negative energy versus negative energy. Explosion. Negative energy versus positive energy. Standoff. Now, if he came out there and said, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. If he just said that, he'd have been home. He wouldn't have been at the station. Let me see what. Hines says, I'm laughing my ass off, brother. You killing me when you act out. I'm not acting because, people have certain prejudices. And I noticed that in one of my followers. You have a certain prejudices. If you prejudice against the police, what do you think they think about you? And it don't have to be a black or white prejudice. I'm sure young white boy come out there, hat to the side, pants hanging off his butt, got the jersey on, got on the $300 tennis shoes, and come out there. They're going to have that same image, even though it's somebody white. Can this white person defeat that image? Yep. But what's going on, officer? How's it going? What's happening? Did I do something wrong? Yeah, buddy. Look how you pop. You blocking 3 handicap spots, man. I'll go write you a ticket for each violation. Damn, I didn't even realize, officer. I was just in a rush. I was just trying to get up in there. Get what I had to get. I'm sorry. Go ahead and write me a ticket. I understand, or warning, or whatever you choose to do. Sing your hands, officer. It's your call. But I'm guilty. That's it. He can have 2 guns on his side. By the way, officer, you notice I got 2 guns. Here's my permit. Can I reach for it? You got a permit to show you? Yeah. Checks out. And write you a ticket, and I send you on your way. And send him on his way. What I'm talking about is not necessarily a racial issue. But there is one race that for some reason, almost every police stop has this potential. And yet, the behavior does not change. Why isn't their first thought, I want to go home? Why is their first thought, I'm going to out-talk this police officer? I'm going to talk him down. I'm going to bitch him out. He's not going to do me like he does those other people. And then it's you on the ground. That's tased rolling around. You on the ground getting the billy club to you. You getting body slammed. So obviously, you're not better than the people who you think you are. Because you wind up in the same situation. We all get pulled over. It's a nuisance. But to have a society, you must have it. We got to learn to teach our kids how to roll with the punches. Sometimes it's not fair when you get pulled over. Sometimes it's not fair when they pull up on you. They're trying to do a job. They want to go home too. And you best believe they're going to kill you before they think you're going to try to kill them. And if you don't have that attitude, you're going to have things like this happen. Now, the cop told him, I got my body camera on. Now, why would he say that? I'm asking y'all, why would the cop say this? He's letting the guy know, I got my body camera on. So the cop feels threatened. Why would he say I got my body camera on? Minnie says they don't get paid enough for sure. Miss Minnie, I know you got a son. And I know if he gets pulled over by the police, I know you told him. So don't be talking back to him. Not to be ignorant. To be respectful. I will hope that's what you told him. Because I know you don't want that phone call. So many of our young men, and the reason why I say young men is because in reality, women cause more of a problem to the police than the men do. The only difference is they women. So they not as considered, not as deadly as the men are. So they'll give them extra leeway. But the men, they don't get no leeway. He was lucky he was tasered. He was tasered. Because they literally could have put the baton to him. Maybe hit him in the back of his head. Maybe hurt one of his legs. Now he can't play basketball no more. He could have been body slammed, messed his spine up. So now he ain't gone from a $1 million superstar to another broke ex-NBA player that's crippled. Because of what? Because of a simple traffic stop. Come on, y'all. This is usually a hot topic now. Nobody got no comments? What do y'all think about the first story? Matter of fact, let me see if they got any updates. Wait for the page to load. Hold on a sec, y'all. They don't have nothing on it. That's excursion. They don't have nothing on it. Nope. Let's try ABC. The U.S. News. All right, here we go. Come on, computer, you stored in dirt, man.
Chief in Milwaukee speaking at this hour. Police body cam video just released. An N.B.A. player tased by police. Authorities were concerned even before these images were released. You can see the scuffle with police during the incident in a parking lot. Police say Sterling Brown had parked across 2 handicapped parking spots. And then this. Police tasing him after they say he got aggressive. 16 hours later, Brown showed up at the game bruised. And tonight he has just issued a statement saying that what happened to me should not happen to anyone. ABC's Alex Perez leading us off tonight from Milwaukee.
You don't see the issue here? This just released police body cam video tonight showing the confrontation between police and Milwaukee Bucks player Sterling Brown.
I just told you to back up.
In the video, Brown is seen talking to police. The situation soon escalating. Officers then tasing him, the police chief condemning that use of force.
Our department conducted an investigation into the incident, which revealed members acted inappropriately, and those members were recently disciplined. I'm sorry this incident escalated to this level.
Milwaukee's mayor says the video raises questions about the officer's conduct.
Yes, I definitely have concerns after watching that video.
The incident unfolding back in January at about 2 in the morning at this Milwaukee Walgreens parking lot. Until today, the only account of that night from officers themselves, who said in a report they were called after Brown illegally parked his car, blocking 2 handicapped spaces. When Brown exited the store, officers say he became very aggressive and say he physically resisted officers' attempts to handcuff him, and a taser had to be used to get him in control. Hours later, before taking the court, the Bucks rookie was asked about the mark on his face.
Were you able to confirm if the bruise and scab on the side of your face is from that incident?
Like I said, so it's an issue I'm dealing with right now. That's all I really want to say right now.
The 22-year-old is the son of a retired Illinois police officer. Brown says he plans to take legal action against the Milwaukee Police Department.
So let's bring in Alex Perez live at the Milwaukee Police Department tonight. And Alex, Sterling Brown was never charged in this case, as we know. And tonight, we're now hearing from him.
That's right, David. Sterling Brown did not receive any criminal charges, but he did get a parking ticket after all. In a statement on Twitter tonight, Sterling Brown is saying he hopes to bring a voice to those who are not heard and hopes he can also stop other people from becoming victims. David?
Alex Perez leading us off tonight. Alex, thank you.
All right, y'all. That was ABC News.
We're back live in minutes.
Okay, I need a cup of coffee because of that.
Come on, man. Trying to get me in trouble here. Playing commercial. All right, y'all. I forgot to do this, so we're going to do it now. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 on the Copyright Act of 1976, and allowances made for fair use purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-copyright statute that might, non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. Okay. Come on, y'all. We got 7 viewers in the house. Nobody got no comments. Nobody don't have any comments. We got 7 people in the room. Come on, y'all now. You trying to tell me? Police tell you to back up. You ask them why. They tell you, I don't want you to get in your car. Back up. Then, it's a bunch of police on the scene now. They tell you, take your hands out your pocket. You gonna tell them, no, my hands are cold. They ask you to take them out again. You say no. They go to take your hands out your pockets to make sure you don't have anything. You start fighting with them. After they didn't grab you, you still don't stop. You start wrestling with them. You hear them say taser. You don't go, oh. Not necessary. You still keep fighting. You get tasered once and you're still fighting. Still resisting. You get tasered again. What is the chip in our kid's brain that goes from 0 to 60? Y'all want to make excuses. Y'all want to make all kinds of talk about, well, the cop was wrong and maybe it was. But it's the accelerant of the attitude that comes from kids, especially young black kids. We didn't have this when I was growing up. I was born in 70. We didn't have this when I was growing up. The cops pulled you over. You were respectful. You did what they asked you to do, and you hope to go home. These kids nowadays do not. And I'm not going to let up on this. Y'all are ignoring me because you don't want to talk about it. Now, if I was talking about how racist the cops were, this would be a jumping check. But because I'm tackling our side as the regular citizen, our side. Even if you are a bunch of skinheads and you riding around looking for a black person to get in the situation, you don't want a good, well-respected black person. You want to ratchet. You can say, yeah, make up all kinds of stuff. And they got a police record a mile long, and you can just say anything. And the public will say, okay, it will justify it. They're not looking for good blacks. They're looking for ratchet. You show them that you are, and you are respectful. Even the most racist cop got to think long and hard. Well, how can I get this guy into a situation? If I make up something, will it be believed? Your job is to convince the cops to pull you up that you are an angel. And you ought to play that angel role until you are back in your car and you driven off around the corner. Then you pay your dinner all out, but you hold it in. And you be the same way you go apply for a job. When you're in front of that job interviewer, you ain't going there, hey, yo, I want a job. You going there, hello, how you doing? Why can't you do that with a police officer? Because you ain't trying to get a job, or you ain't trying to get a scholarship. You trying to go home. Why can't nobody answer that? Many says, don't think he needed to be tased. They should be able to apprehend without killing or great harm. Once again, they really hadn't had a chance to run him yet. The cop saw the car sitting there. He don't know Miss Minnie. How you doing, Danita B? Doing pretty good. He doesn't know if this guy had just robbed that Walgreens. Don't know if he went in there and assaulted an employee. He just knows there's a car parked here illegally. And just about the time the guy come out the store, he don't know if that guy just robbed the store or anything. Because to have your car parked that way, where it's perpendicular to the curbs, you hop in and drive off. See, that's you trying to get away quick. You ain't got to back out and you know what I'm saying? Drive off. You just you gone. That says robbery. It doesn't. I can tell you, if I pull up to a store and I see a car parked like that, I'm not going in it. Because I'm assuming that person is going to rob the store. I'm assuming that store about to get held up. So you out there waiting for somebody to come walking out or running out. You got your gun drawn and you ready. Luckily, he came out and walked nonchalantly. He didn't come out in a rush. Because he could have got shot then. You come running out the store, car parked like this, I'm thinking a robbery happened. I tell you to stop. You say for what? Shot you. I'll question you later. But right now, you're not a threat. You could have been shot if you can't run out the store. The fact of the matter is, he showed no remorse for what he did. That's pissing the cops off even more. Adding to the fact He's acting cocky. Like, what did you pull me over for? Why did you guys pull me over? I'm sorry, why did you stop me from getting in my car? Well, you might have guns in there. You might try to drive off and run me over. I'm gonna hold you right here till my partners get here. Well, okay, it's just a ticket. Why can't you just give me the ticket? Why can't you do it? You really expect him? He got the drop on you. He's telling you to back up. The fact that he's telling you to back up means he has that thug image in his mind. So she's gonna try to overpower him, take the gun from him. He's telling you to back up. Why would you ask? Why? Why would that thought come out your mind? He's telling me to back up. No, officer, I'm not no threat to you. No. I was just going in the store. I needed something real quick, and I just pulled up. I wasn't thinking. You ain't got to go through all this. I'm not no criminal. Why I can't get my car? Can't you just give me a ticket, man? This is the attitude you want to get caught, holding a gun on you. Where does that come from? Who says that's what you're supposed to do? Who says it's cool? Why do you keep excusing that? Why do you keep letting it go? He gave the man attitude from the get-go. He affirmed the image the cop already had in his mind instead of defusing that image. This is what I'm asking. Smitty says everyone handles situations differently. Even the best home training, you can be treated unfairly. I know firsthand it's not always the citizens ratchet or not. Some cops need better attitudes. Lenny B says, good, besides this too. Thank God I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Lenny B says, at Minnie for the umpteenth time today. Minnie says, ha ha, I know, girl. Smitty says, I think you're not getting responses because you want us to believe every young black is ratchet. Simply not true. It goes both ways. Some cops have preconceived opinions and attitudes. But Smitty, that's the point I'm trying to make. I've said it several times. They have this image that all kids are like the ones they see on TV, when most kids are not like that. Even some of them that seem like that only act that way because that's what they think being cool is. You say that I'm focusing on, and I am. I'm focusing on the attitude. I'm focusing on the attitude of the young man and the young women. The attitude. That's what I'm talking about. You have to understand, if the police is a jack off, he's going to be a jack off. But we got to teach our children to overcome. To put the officer at ease. To make it seem like you're not a threat to them. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? We can talk all day about how racist the police might be. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on how to teach our children to come home in one piece. The cop initiated by walking up with a gun. That was an aggressive tactic. But the response to that aggressive tactic is not aggression. If somebody points a gun, you and your mate maybe going out to dinner, you in the parking lot, you get out the car, nobody else is out there. Somebody comes up, points a gun and says, freeze him, effort. Give me all your stuff right now. Your response is, what? What I give you my stuff for? Your response is, F you. I ain't giving you nothing. I don't care if you got a gun or not. Your response is, go to hell. I ain't got to do what you say because you got a gun on me. Somebody gonna get shot. Instead of saying, all right, man, no need to point that gun, man. Here's my wallet. This is the money out of it. I'm ready to get my license and all that over again. Here you go. Have a nice one. The cop go off. Y'all go ahead. You call the police, make the report. Y'all go have your dinner, and y'all go to hell home. Use your credit card and pay for the food. Have your dinner. Then go home. Why escalate an already bad situation? Why make it worse? This is what I'm talking about. How do we teach our children not to escalate? Cop coming at you with a gun on you is already escalation. Why would you want to raise the escalation? By talking back to him, by giving them attitude. Why can't you humble yourself and ease that cop? Ease his tensions. Because he's escalated. You want to bring him down so you can go home. You don't want to amp it. And then the other cops jump in, they all amped up, and then it's going to go left. But you can stop it. But not meeting aggression with aggression. Meet aggression with niceness. It doesn't make you a punk. Yeah, I saw you, man. You down there. That cop had you all punked down, man. You thought you was white for a second, the way you was talking, man. You just came out the Catholic school. Let that person talk about you. Because when that's going down, they ain't going to help you. Why can't we teach our kids that? Your peers. You remember what your peers say. Your peers are not going to help you. If you're in a school and somebody's talking trash about you, somebody told them that you said something about them, instead of you going off with them, your peers backing you on. When that person pick you up and slam you and start beating on you, ain't none of your peers when they're going to say, damn, you got what? Who told you up? They're not going to help you. You so busy worried about oppressing them and not worrying about yourself. But you're there by yourself. Who are you trying to impress? Trying to impress the officer? The man that got the upper hand on you? You trying to impress him? I'm going to let him know. He ain't going to talk to me like that, man. I'm asking, where does the attitude come from? Mindy says, my young daughter was stopped on her way home and arrested. It just so happened the cop she encountered was sensible. He talked to me on her cell phone. She neglected to pay her car insurance. Smitty says, you can't blame. She says, we bailed her out that night. Had it been wrong, the officer situation could have went left. She was nervous. But Smitty, it could have went wrong. She knew she hadn't paid the car insurance. Suppose she had took him on a high-speed chase. Took him all through South Carolina. Then she crashed somewhere. They get out the car. They got the guns drawn. They are amped. She decided to get out. Leave me alone where y'all want. Just borrow me for. Man, put your hands up. I ain't putting my hands up. I'm calling my mother. Man, put that down, man. Man. Next thing you know, another cop walk up, see something shiny, take 2 shots at her. I'm talking about the response of the kids. Is what I'm trying to focus on. And I'm sure the fact that the officer allowed him to talk to you on the phone was because your daughter handled herself well. I'm talking about the kids that don't handle themselves well. The ones that go around saying, F the police. The cop better not say nothing to me. I'll punch him in his face. They better not pull me over. They have this attitude. And I'm asking, where does it come from? We all have prejudices. We all profile. Let's keep it real. Somebody's approaching you on the street. You profile them. If you see 3 young males and they got their hoods up and their hands in the pocket and they're walking towards you, they say cross the street. If they cross the street with you, you know something about to go down. But I would still say, stop, act like you on the phone and make them walk past you. They walk past you, hey, how y'all doing, bro? If they say, hey, we're doing fine, sir, you have a good day, and they keep walking, you just go, woo. If they don't say nothing and keep walking, you still say, woo. But if they stop and turn and look at you, you know you better be ready to fight. But the thing is, you should still do those things I told you in the beginning. Stop and act like somebody sent you a text or something and let them walk by you. Say hi to them as they walk by. Show them no aggression. Be nice. If they are nice, they'll say hi and keep going. If they mean, they won't say nothing and keep going. But they'll keep going. If you stop, man, what the F y'all point? What y'all following me for, man? What y'all just cross the street? Where y'all cross the street with me? You are escalating. It might have been nothing. They might just have me walking down the street and you walking down the street. But you meeting them with aggression is only going to get you aggression back. Why can't we do that with the cops? Why we got to meet the cops with aggression? Why can't we meet them with a smile? Put their mind at ease. Let them know, hey, man, I'm just a regular person like you, man. I ain't no super thug. I ain't no killer. I'm just a regular person. Why is that considered being a punk. Smitty says she has common sense, but with that. Yes, she does, Smitty. But, and I'm proud of your daughter. She handled that stop well. And once again, she didn't have insurance on the car, which is illegal. They could have took the car off the road. She could have called you to come get her. Y'all could have handled the insurance in the morning. Or you could just call it online. You actually, during the phone call, could have paid the insurance online and sent the copper text to the paid bill, and the cover was just back on, and you could have handled it. But the fact that you was able to get on that phone means that your daughter knew how to talk to the police. He didn't feel threatened by her. Whatever he thought when he was walking up to that car, she was able to diffuse in his mind that she was a criminal. But we're talking about there are so many cases. And if you watch, not just the cops, but if you watch the perpetrator, watch and listen to what he says. The yelling, the curse words, the tensing up. Where does it come from? Even when handcuffed and on the ground, they still got to move around and kick and scream. It's like something sets them off. And I'm just trying to ask the question, why? Let's think about it. What was the cop would have came up to the car and your daughter would have said, I ain't paid my insurance, so that from what? I ain't hit nothing. What do you want? What do you think would have happened to your daughter? They'd have yanked up that car so damn quick. It's the attitude that I'm talking about. Luckily, your daughter knew she was wrong and she didn't display that attitude. But it's piggybacking on what I said. The basketball player knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong. You didn't hear him apologize for it not one time. You didn't hear him acknowledge it not one time. He acted like the officer was bothering him. Was keeping him from going where he had to go. He committed a crime. No matter how small a crime is a crime is a crime. You're saying that I'm not getting on the officers. The officers did overreact. But them officers want to go home too. It's very suspicious to park a car in 3 handicapped parking places. Very suspicious. Same way I told you yesterday about the 4 guys in the car. You see 4 guys in the car, especially in a good neighborhood, it don't mean it's nothing good. This man thinking that he's got a robbery in progress. He's the first one on the scene. He waiting for his backup. He sees the perpetrator come out of the car and go toward the car. He let him walk to the car so he couldn't say I wasn't getting in that car. Then he said, back up, I don't want you to get in. Tell the guy saying, what's the problem, officer? What's happening? What's going on? Don't you see how you parked? Yeah, I was just going in there real quick. Well, you're not supposed to do that. That's handicap zone. Oh man, I'm so sorry, officer. I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to go in here real quick and just get something, man. I got this girl at the crib, man. I'll give me some condoms and he's going, go ahead and turn it up. I wasn't even thinking, man. I was thinking with the wrong head. I'm sorry, officer. So, what happens now? I get a ticket. It's your call. Let the cop verify a robbery wasn't done. Let him write you the ticket, and you go to hell home. That's it. This should not have been a story. And I'm talking about ways to prevent it from happening again. This is already done. We know the cops overreacted. How do we keep it from happening to somebody else? That's what I'm trying to get everybody to learn. How to prevent it. Does anybody have any ideas of how to prevent it from happening again? Well, all right, nobody wants to comment. So let's move on. I mean, y'all saw this. If you could invite one person over for dinner, who would it be and why would you pick that person? If you can invite one person over for dinner, who would it be and why would you invite that person? You don't have to use full names. Check the chat in. I'm asking y'all, if you can invite one person over for dinner, who would it be and why? Let me ask y'all this. If left alone in the wilderness and you could have only one item, what would it be? If you were left alone in the wilderness and you can only have one item, what would it be? Let me check the chat, see if anybody comments it. Smitty says water. Why did you choose water, Smitty? If you're in the wilderness, chances are it's water nearby. But that's a good answer. At least you'll be hydrated. But I would have chose an axe. For those of you to say why, so I could chop kindling. If I need to build a shelter, if I need to build a fire, I will have an axe to chop and get the wood I need. Then you can actually, if there are coconuts nearby or anything cylinder shape, I could cut it and then use the axe to smooth the insides. Find some river, rinse out, the ashes, the shells, the inside. Then I would put water in the bowl. I would make a fire, and then I would boil some water. Then I would take the action. I would go look for some birds, or go look for some fruit off one of the trees. Or try to make me like a fishing line and try to get a fish to cook. Mindy says the human body consists of water. It's what you need to survive. You only allowed one answer. Actually, you took that's a good answer. But the problem is they give you one bottle of water. Once it's gone, then what? Once you drink that bottle of water, then what? The thermos is empty. That was my first thought when you said water. I said, yeah, for hydration, that's good. But now you got no tools to do anything else. That's why I would have went with a pickaxe. It would allow me to make tools. I can create tools to get water. I can create a fire to boil it with. While that's cooling, I can be looking for something to eat. But if there are no fruits, there are no nuts, there are no berries, there's nothing for you to eat in that location. You need to kill something. I hate to cut a bird head off, but I'll do it. Take the axe, cut the feathers off. Go ahead and fry me up a little bird. Because I can make a little pan with my pickaxe. Don't have no grease, don't have no flour, but we're going to have to make it work. Smitty says, if I could pick a bag, water, a lighter, weapon, a change of clothes, and some K rations like you get in the military. Go ahead, girl. Well, if you could pick a bag with all of them in there you go. You answered the question. What about the other question? If you can invite anybody over for dinner, who would it be? And why would you pick that person? Here's a good one. What is the most dangerous thing you ever done in your life? What's the most dangerous thing you ever done in your life? Let me check. Smitty says, oh, in a flashlight. What's the most dangerous thing you ever done in your life? If there was one person that you would invite over for dinner, it could be anybody. Who would you invite and why? Since nobody asking, I'll jump on it. First off, I would invite Donald Trump. Why would you invite Donald Trump? To grill him, to ask him questions, to give him my insight on the war on drugs, give him my insight on crime, on education. See if I can get him to start programs to help people in the inner city. That's what I would do. I would invite Donald Trump. What would y'all do? Who would y'all invite over? Would you invite Obama? Would you invite Denzel Washington? I'm just asking, who would you invite? If you could have anybody over for dinner and they had to come, no matter who it was in the world, who would you invite? We down to 4 people. I guess everybody. Oh, Lord. Tommy on the Guru and the Whore. No comments. Let's try another question. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? Here's one. Without using the names of people, discuss the ideal president or other world leader. Smitty says, the most dangerous thing I ever did in life was save an infant from a car accident. The mom died and the car was ablaze. It happened on my way home from work in the early 2000s. Whoa, Smitty. You're a hero. You definitely got me beat with that one. That's heroics right there. You a real heroine. I did something similar, but it wasn't as great as what you did. Wasn't as great. There actually was. I don't know what happened to the driver, if they were on drugs or tipsy or whatever. But they ran up and hit a gas pump. I ran outside and got everybody out the car and called the police. The fire department came. Luckily, the car didn't get the footy catch on fire. So it wasn't as good as what you did. You saved the baby. I saved some thugs. I hate to say. You know? I hate to say. Smitty said I was the only one in the area at that moment. But no. Saving a car full of half-deads does not equal saving the infant. You got me beat on that one. Who would you invite to your home for dinner? Remember, anybody in the world, and they got to come. Who would it be? I already told you. I would invite Trump. And I would say the same thing to him that I say to y'all every day. And also, but that really wasn't the most dangerous. The most dangerous was there was a boy that used to come in our store, and he was a cool dude, but he always had that, I'm tough, but you could talk to him and see, yeah, he was a nice guy. One day, car full of thugs pulled up, and I said, oh, Lord, here we go. They came in the store. They seemed pretty cool. One of the dudes bumped into the boy. Well, he beefed up. Man, you was bumping into me. What's wrong with you? You know where you at? Dude simply walked out to the car. And I'm telling everybody, look, he in the trunk. So the boy I know, he walks out. The boy starts walking over to him, pulls a gun out on him. I go run out the store, and my boss actually grabs me by the collar of my jacket and yanks me back in. He says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to help him out. They got a gun pulled on him. He said, what the hell? You ain't got no gun. What are you going to do? And the girl in the store says, he has a gun on him. Why ain't he pulling it out? I said, oh, he got a gun on him. I'm still being held with my boss. And I tell him, hey, y'all get out of here. Y'all leave him alone. They turn the gun toward us. I still keep saying, man, come on, man. Y'all still got to get, man. Go ahead and go. Y'all got to go, man. Have a good night. It looked at me like I was crazy. They started walking toward. One of the older boys said, you know what, y'all? Come on, let's go. This ain't the place. And they pulled off. I literally endangered everybody in that store. Trying to save that boy. And I've run into that boy several times. And he's had a bunch of hooligans with him. And I've heard some of them say, yo, let's get him. And the boy says, no, he cool. Take it on me. He cool. No matter what he thought of me. The fact that I was willing to help him out, even though he would not have reciprocated. He's never forgotten it. And he doesn't do the illegal things that he used to do. You can make an impact on somebody's life. But you gotta be willing to put yourself out there. That's really the most dangerous thing I ever done. If I had helped the people out the car and the car would have blown up, I would have been in the act. I wouldn't have been thinking about me. But the fact you see somebody pull out a gun and aim it at somebody's head, and you still try to go out there when you can just lock the door and stay inside. That was stupid. Took heart though, but it was stupid. Smitty says, I'm not sure who I would invite, Brother Doug. I'm a very private person. Laugh out loud. But hypothetically thinking, if Dr. Martin Luther King was alive, I would invite him. If I had a time machine and I can go back and meet Dr. Martin Luther King, the movement would have took a shift that I'm not sure the people at the time could handle. If you'd have took me with my common sense and my little bit of, what's the word? With my common sense and my creative thinking, the movement would have took a different change. Because I would have got rid of the integration part. The integration, I feel, is what messed the community up. I would have got rid of the integration. I'd have been a mix of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Because I wouldn't want to be worried about getting in your school. Just give me an equal school. I wouldn't have been worried about getting in your golf club. Give me an equal golf club. Keep your club. No, screw you. The one I own. I wouldn't have been so worried about being the first student in the integrated school. Give us our own school and make it equal. That would have been the difference. If I could have sat down with Martin Luther King, I would have told him, stop begging to be with them, but be like the Jews, be like the Amish. Instead, say, you don't want us to go to school with you? Just give us an equal school. Well, I gotta go to school with you for anyway. My kids don't need to learn from you. But give my children the equal opportunity. your kids go to this school and it's considered A rating, give us a school that's A rating. If you want to go eat at the restaurant here and it's considered a good diner, we want a good diner. We want to run it ourselves. Just make it equal. Keep your reparations. Just make everything equal. If your public school is considered the best in the state, our public school should be considered the next or right there, tied with it. We want to be equal. I don't have to marry you. I don't have to get none of that stuff. But make it equal. Don't just, well, you got one. Yeah, but the students can't even get a job when they get out. Make it equal. That's all I would say. That would literally shift the whole civil rights movement and make it what it was. We wanted to be equal. We didn't want to be under your armpit. We want to be equal. Then they could be there's the first white student to go to that all-black school. That's the first white student to go to that all-black college. Why I gotta be, we're the first black student that way? Why can't we just have our own? Why we gotta worry about being accepted in yours? If you got good lawyers, why can't we have our own good lawyers? You got a good police department? Why can't we have a good black police department? The police themselves. Why we gotta still have inferior to the point that we don't want to go there. We have to come try to be the first at your everything. Because everything we got is inferior. That's what I would have focused the civil rights movement around. That's why I said it would have shifted. Smitty says, have a blessed night, everyone. Good night, Brother Dark. Enjoyed the show. You saying good night, everyone. You the only one speaking. I know what's going on, but I'm not gonna get mad about it. I know what's going on, and it's all good. But yeah, if you leaving and you the only one talking, I'm gonna shut it down. Thanks for watching, Smitty. Thanks y'all for watching the show. I came on earlier, and instead of a better result, we had a worse result. But we still had a good show. We'll come back tomorrow. So y'all have a good night. Thanks a lot, Smitty. Who else came through? Man, nobody but Smitty commenting. There need to be Minnie. So Miss Minnie must be on her new channel. So, all right, y'all. And with Tommy on, ain't no need. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more news, more topics.